Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that could be quietly killing your business, website neglect. We're going to break down why a regular SEO tune-up isn't just some nice-to-have, it's literally non-negotiable for your online survival. So let me ask you this. You've poured time, you've poured money into building a great website, right? But what if it's quietly losing its power? Secretly underperforming behind the scenes? It's a scary thought. And trust me, it's a fear that a lot of business owners have. It's way more common than you'd think. And I love this analogy from the source material. It just hits the nail on the head. You got to stop thinking of your website as just a static digital brochure. No, it's the engine of your business. And what happens to an engine you don't take care of? It sputters, it slows down, and eventually it just breaks down. Same deal here. All right, so let's dig into the problem itself. We're talking about your website's silent decay. See, on the surface, everything can look great. The design is slick, the text is there, but underneath, a slow, creeping decay could be setting in, just chipping away at your online visibility, and you might not even have a clue. And this is the really important part to grasp. We're not talking about your website suddenly crashing and burning one day. It's not that dramatic. It's more like a slow, quiet erosion. A few outdated plugins here, a couple of broken links there, pages that take just a little too long to load. All these little things, they add up, and they're slowly, quietly pushing you further and further down those search results. So why should you care? Why does all this matter? Well, because the big guy, Google, is watching constantly, and its number one job is to give its users the best possible experience. And let's be honest, a clunky, poorly maintained website, that is a terrible user experience. Honestly, the rules of this game are pretty straightforward. It's almost black and white. On one side, you've got everything Google's algorithm absolutely loves. We're talking fast websites, secure connections, and content that's regularly updated. But on the other side, you've got the exact opposite. Slow pages, broken links, outdated junk, all the stuff that good maintenance fixes. It's a super clear cause and effect thing, and it hits your ranking hard. Okay, so what's the solution? How do we fight this silent decay? Well, we call it the SEO tune-up. And it's all about focusing on three absolutely critical areas: performance, security, and of course, content. Let's kick things off with part one, engine performance and speed. Look, in today's digital world, speed isn't just a nice little bonus, it is a core ranking factor for Google. The bottom line couldn't be simpler. If your site is slow, your site is going to rank low, period. And how fast is fast enough? Check out this number, 3 seconds. That's it. The source material is crystal clear on this. If your page takes any longer than 3 seconds to load, poof, most of your visitors are gone. They've clicked away before they even get a chance to see what you're offering. That's a massive, massive loss of potential customers. So how do you fix a slow site? It's not some kind of dark magic, I promise. It's just a series of really practical, common sense steps. We're talking about things like cleaning up old files, making sure your images are compressed, updating plugins, the basic stuff. All these little things work together to keep your site running lightning fast. All right, moving on to part two, your security system. Because in the online world, trust is currency. It's everything. Having a secure website sends a powerful signal, not just to your users, but to the search engines themselves. It says, hey, we're reliable and your data is safe with us. And a perfect example of this is the SSL certificate. You know that little padlock icon you see up in the browser bar? That tiny thing is a huge, non-negotiable trust signal. And regular maintenance makes sure it never expires, so your site stays secure and you avoid those big, scary, "this site is not secure" warnings that make people run for the hills. And finally, we've come to part three. A good tune-up isn't just about what's under the hood. It's also about giving the outside a fresh look. We're talking about your content. Because let's face it, stale, outdated information doesn't just look bad. It screams to the world that your business might not be relevant anymore. And when you do this right, it creates this awesome positive feedback loop. It all starts when you just go in and refresh an old blog post. That simple action sends a signal to Google saying, hey, we're active over here. We're still relevant. So what does Google do? It starts showing your page to more people. This in turn helps you get new backlinks and more social shares. And the end result of all that buzz? Your search rankings go up. It's a beautiful cycle that just keeps feeding on itself. Okay, that's great. We know what we need to do. But the big question now is, how often do we need to do it? Let's take a look at a really practical maintenance schedule. So the source material lays out this super helpful guide.
And I think the easiest way to think about it is to go back to our car analogy. The monthly stuff, the updates, backups, checking for broken links, that's like checking your tire pressure and your oil. It's basic but crucial. Then, that bigger, full-on SEO audit you do every 3 to 6 months, that's like taking your car in for its major service. You absolutely need both to keep things running smoothly.
And that brings us to our final point for today, and honestly, this might be the most important takeaway of all. It's all about changing how you think about this whole process. You have to stop looking at website maintenance as a chore or just another expense on your balance sheet. It's not. It's an investment. A direct investment in your business's visibility and its credibility. Every single update, every security scan, every content refresh, you're investing in the future health of your brand online. You're making sure it not only survives, but grows stronger and keeps delivering results for you day in and day out. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. When was your website's last tune-up? Really think about it. If your website is one of your most valuable business assets, isn't it time you popped the hood and took a look?